One of my favourite games on the Vita is Luftrausers. It's an addictive, fun and challenging 2D shooter where you need to survive for as long as possible. Rogue Aces is also a 2D shooter that reminded me of Luftrausers, but improves on the game with more addictive gameplay and added missions to give the game more structure. Rogue Aces is very much an arcade shooter. The missions are pretty much destroy something or take over an enemy base. When you start the normal campaign, the maps are procedurally generated so every go is different. The enemy forces can include blimps, bombers, tanks, infantry forces, ships, and respawning fighter planes. There isn't much story to it other than the general giving you missions to go and do. After you destroy whatever it was the general told you to destroy, you return to your ship and get the next mission. One attempt can last anywhere from seconds to minutes. In the standard campaign, I didn't die much from the enemy. It was normally because I misjudged a turn and crashed into a cliff or the sea. The normal campaign teaches you the basics of playing the game and getting used to fighting the enemy, and then you unlock the Frontline Campaign. This places you on one corner of a map and the enemy at the opposite corner. You select islands along the map and take on missions with specific objectives, and ultimately reach the enemy island at the end of the map. Along the way you have to deal with a nemesis Flying Baron that is much harder than the normal fighter planes. This mode also increased the difficulty by not pinpointing your objectives on the map and not pointing the direction of enemy targets. Where the normal mode lets you focus mainly on controlling the plane and shooting, you need to think more for the Frontline Campaign, be constantly on the lookout for enemy planes, and search for your targets. You do get to keep upgrades you get for killing other planes, but with the Nemesis Barons getting harder and harder and with new weapons, this mode kept me on my toes the whole time, and I loved the challenge. It was difficult enough to pose a challenge, but also felt doable and not too frustrating. There were some nice little touches to the gameplay and controls that felt quite unique for the genre. You control the plane with the left stick of course, but whichever direction you're pointing towards, the plane will level out horizontally. This may not sound like a big deal, but it makes a big difference to the controls. It took me a bit of getting used to at first, but you can really feel the benefits when you maneuver close to the ground and just shoot every tank and building in one pass. When your plane gets shot down, you can parachute out of your plane and throw grenades, and still fulfill your objectives. I really liked how this game evolves the genre and improves on other similar shooters. Rogue Aces surpassed my expectations and made a game that feels fresh while retaining the addictiveness and fun of other shooters. It also plays perfectly on the Vita. I didn't experience any slowdown at any point, even with a lot going on the screen. And I really liked the mission structure to the game and how the difficulty evolved over time. This is a great game for short or long gaming sessions and I really recommend it. So guys, have you played Rogue Aces? And what did you think of it? Leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.